Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel with a new video about World of Tanks. Today it's the 5th Meanwhile in World of Tanks, and we are going to see the new map, Dragon's Ridge. So before we start, yes, I know it's the Xbox 360 version, but I just found out a way to play in a platoon with my teammates who are playing on the 360, meanwhile playing on the Xbox One myself. So I will apply this for my next game session, and you should be able to see all my games in the Xbox One version from now on. So what's going on in my channel? Well, let me do a quick update before I proceed with commenting this replay. As I mentioned in the previous video, I am playing other games right now, just because I needed a break and also I want to play various games and not just stick with one. And one of the games that I have played recently, it's not finished but it's mostly done. I recorded everything with my new computer, so it will be in 1080p, and I plan to upload all the videos on my channel, which means that I had to redo all my introduction in 180p, but now it's done, so I'm going to edit the first video and trying to comment it, maybe not tonight but probably tomorrow. It's a recent and popular game. I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but well, you'll see it very soon. It will take a while, but since I have mostly finished playing the game, I will spend most of my time editing and commenting all my videos. And if you have a game that you would like to see on my channel, well, just let me know. You can write that in the comments and I will read everything. It's just to give me an idea of what you're expecting. And if you're saying, yeah, I just want only World of Tanks, it's fine. If you're saying, I want this computer game or this Xbox One game, it's fine. I don't have all game consoles, but I have the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, Xbox One, the first Wii, and that's pretty much it. For PC, well, now I have a powerful computer, however I cannot play online games on it because it's staying in my room and I don't have internet in my room at the moment. So that's it for the channel announcements, and now let's continue with World of Tanks. The two replays you are about to see are played on Dragon's Ridge, Xbox 360 version, and well, it's just to show you what this new map is all about. However, I haven't had the opportunity to explore much of it, because apparently most of the fights are happening on this part of the map. It's the most direct path between both bases, and you can expect to fight the enemies in the first minute of the game. The advantage of my position is not cover, but strategical possibilities. I can progress and help my teammates, or in this case, I could defend the base against, for example, this M46 pattern. I'm repairing my gun. I was trying to wait a little bit, but I have to. I still miss and just hit the tracks, and well, I actually don't have to finish him. Well, at least I'm not the only one learning how to play on this map. So obviously my first tip for you would be to always look at your surroundings. The terrain can have a huge variation in elevation, and you could just drive toward an opponent and not realizing that you are going down a cliff and just blowing up your tank. The western part of the map is quite huge and you don't have much cover, honestly. I've tried that a couple of times and you can easily get flanked and surprised, and you would have absolutely no option for retreating or going back to cover. You have some in the villages in the bottom left part of the map, but it has no strategical value. It's useful only if the enemy is in position to threaten your base, and it's mostly too late. So the western part of the map is usually ignored, and I see no reason of having some major fight in there. The eastern part is a small triangle where one of my teammates in the medium tank is facing a tank destroyer, so in F8, F9 and all the surrounding parts. There will be a lot of actions, just because there's a mix of short range, a lot of cover, protected from artillery if you're playing smart, so there's a lot of opportunities for crossfire and also for brawling. I think most tank destroyers will go there. It seems to be a logical solution because you'll have cover, Obviously you're not going to have long range fight, but you're never going to have them in this map anyway, and you'll have the possibility to lock a corridor. So if you're a tank destroyer with good armor, or if you can hide behind some friendly tanks, this would be a very helpful location for you, just because you will be able to put your gun to good use. Nothing really glorious in the battle results, it's just that I have been fed by some enemy tanks that were completely unaware of my position, such as the last E75. Now let's continue with the second replay in my KV2. As you can see, we are top tier, even if we are lacking some tier 6 compared to the enemy team, but it's not a problem. I mean, I'm in a KV2 in a tier 6 match. It's just going to be fun anyway. Well, to be completely honest with you, I prefer facing tier 7 and 8 in this tank just because it gives me more opportunity for dealing damage and not killing tank but having more experience. And also because it's always fun to deal 800 points of damage on a tier 8 tank. Just because it's lightly armored or just showing his flank or rear, it's always fun in my opinion. Well, I said fun, not really efficient. It's true that other tier 6 will be more efficient than this one. I'm mostly thinking about the M4 German Jumbo, which is probably one of the best tier 6 you can have if you're playing for efficiency. If you're playing in a platoon, I would recommend you the Cromwell British tier 6 medium tank, just because it has this insane damage per minute and also high mobility and top speed, which makes him deadly on the battlefield if you're organized. The American Hellcat is also an excellent choice at tier 6. It's a very popular tank and I can understand why. However, it has paper thin armor and you can reach its amazing top speed in a very short amount of time, which means that most people are driving in front of their team and just going to die very early in the game. So when you play the Hellcat, you have to play it very carefully. At least more careful than most of the enemy Hellcats that I am seeing on the battlefield. So I'm in a sticky situation here. Both my engine and tracks have been hit and destroyed in a single hit, and I have to repair the engine first and hope that my tracks will be repaired fast enough by my crew. This T-34 is doing the right thing. He knew that I would be reloading soon, and obviously if I'm going to hit and penetrate, I'm going to one-shot him, so he was taking some cover. However, I'm having some backup from my team and he will not be able to deal another single shot to me just because he will not have the gun depression for this. And now he is dead. As you can see here, I am taking the same path as in my T-62A, although both tanks are really different. So why I'm choosing this road again? Well, mostly because it has the most strategical opportunities like I mentioned earlier, and since I expect it to be compensated by some heavy fight, what I want to know is what are the locations that would give some opportunities for crossfire towards this position. The idea is, if the enemies are taking this location, I want to know from where I would be able to slow them down or deal significant damage to them before they can reach our base. So apparently the most obvious crossfire position is the eastern part of the map in E9, F8, F9. You can have some nice angles from where I was before. It means that the team spawning south will have to push hard towards the eastern flank in order to counter the central part of the map, or else they will simply be overwhelmed by the enemy team. If you're playing in a medium tank platoon, I could also suggest the D4 location where one of my artillery is actually, just because it also gives you the opportunity either to cap early or to take into a crossfire my initial location. You will need some coordination because alone there you will do nothing, like the T-34-85 that tried to kill me at the beginning of the game. So that will conclude today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned a little bit about this new map, and if you have any suggestions, if you have some comments about the map or anything, just let me know in the comments. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video.